Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you doing? How's everybody doing today on day 7 of 21 day reset? Woo-hoo. So good. Day 7 of 21. It has been a good introduction week. I'm pretty excited. I hope that you are enjoying, for those of you that have been taking in some of the lessons and focusing your thoughts, being mindful of your thinking, getting, things in order and set, creating a vision or ideas and understanding more and more every day into what it is that you want to grow and go after for 2025. And we've been really steady on talking about our thoughts, really paying attention to the negative talk and learning how to decide whether it's the conversation that we're having within ourselves is serving us or isn't serving us, or how we believe, what do we believe in what it is that we're pursuing. Good afternoon out there. So the whole week has been focused on this very thing, that until you link your thoughts with your purpose, you'll not achieve any intelligent accomplishment. Isn't that funny? Until you link your thoughts with your purpose, you will not achieve any intelligent accomplishment. So, our thoughts are really not to go here or there and everywhere. And we get so used to doing that, like just not really driving our thoughts in a certain direction, right? We have to make excruciating effort or extra effort to really sit down and concentrate, and feel like we're accomplishing something. But the fact of the matter is that we need to be doing that, more throughout our day than we are. And what we're doing is we want to create thought patterns so that we don't have to focus so much about what we're thinking. But until we renew our mind, until we do change our thinking and our beliefs into a new pattern, into an urgency, a vibrancy, an energy forward of just being really intentional and purposeful of why we're doing what we're doing, who we're doing it for, and why it matters, then we're really not going to move ahead. We're not going to move forward in the way that we say that we desire. I have a lesson that's called 10 steps to changing a belief. 10 steps to changing a belief. And the principle of the lesson is that everything starts with the desire. And that's where we're at right now in our 2025 year, or maybe before that. We're thinking about the year ahead and what we want to do. What is it going to be like? What is it going to look like? Like, we're creative forces, we're creative beings. We get to, take our own part in this journey forward and what we can control. There's things that we can't control, but what we can control, what we need to control, is our mind, is our thoughts, so that we can go forward. And that doesn't just happen. And so a lot of people don't like to set goals. They don't like to set New Year's resolutions, because within 2 weeks, I'm already on the second week. So going into the second week, you've already derailed. You've already gone off the rails because that intention wasn't anchored, wasn't solidified enough to what it is that you really want to do. So this week, I just was really encouraging myself and encouraging you guys, but I'm just inviting you to come alongside me with this process. So this week, I've just been really wanting to really pay attention to what I believe in myself. How do I believe myself? Do I believe in myself, right? What do I believe? And what energy am I carrying with those thoughts? Because with our thoughts going over and over, we're creating a pattern and we're creating something, and it's either working for us or it's not. And this is not any kind of spiritual woo-woo. It's our responsibility. We live from 3 different planes of existence: our intellectual beings, our intellectual minds, which God gave us. He gifted us with Intellectual thinking. Sometimes I can't talk at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. But c'est la vie. But that's what we do. We have our intellectual minds that we get to decide. We get to choose how we think, what we believe, what we're going to believe or not believe. And so, do you believe that you're good enough? Do you believe you're smart enough? Do you believe you're strong enough? Do you believe that you're enough or what you do is enough? All these things go on. And I get challenged with it too. I'll feel this just negative emotion because it's embedded for a long period of time. So it starts with actually, even before I even think, my body, before I'm even aware of my thoughts, my body is already responding because everything is connected, because we live from an intellectual mind, then our physical being. So our body responds to the thoughts of our minds. So as a thought is coming up, my body's responding. You start to, when you're watching a scary movie and you're like, it's getting like, not a scary movie, but an intense movie. And like, it's getting intense, something bad is going to happen in that moment. And you're like, your body starts to heat up. You just like get nervous. Maybe you bite your nails, you start chewing, chomping on a lot of popcorn, but your body starts to respond. Or, when you're young and you're falling in love and you're holding hands for the first time. Oh, that's so nice. Do you remember those times, the young little boys and girls holding hands for the first time, and they're the sweaty, their hands are sweaty. You get sweaty palms because you're young, and oh my goodness, so cute. But your body's responding to, I feel special about this person, or I'm embarrassed, or you say something that's, that is embarrassing, you get embarrassed. What happens? Your body responds, right? You turn totally red from embarrassment. So our body responds to our thoughts because they're in line. And then we're spiritual beings, and our spirit responds, and it releases a frequency. There's frequency. You see things like sitting on your chair and you're sitting at your table. Those are things that you see, that you feel, that you experience, but they started from somewhere, right? They started from the mind of a person, right? We started from the mind of God, and we were created in his image, and we were made from that. But we have this creativeness too that we get to create. And it started from a thought. It started from an idea, but we are experiencing it out in the physical world. But it starts inside of us, from our thought, from our spiritual sense. And God gives us an order and a design. Everything is ordered and created by design, and we get to take part in that. And so if all those three elements are not in alignment, we're sending out frequencies, not strong frequencies, but we're sending out frequencies in every direction. Have you ever walked in a room and you get a bad vibe, or you meet somebody and you're like, doesn't feel so right about that person? It's because, you don't know what is going on with that person, right? You don't know what's happening, but you're just like, I don't get a good feeling. Because they're probably having some kind of conversation. Maybe they had a fight with their wife or their husband, or, something's taken place. They're really struggling with something. They're giving a signal, and you're feeding on that signal. You're getting a feed off from that signal. This is stuff that's real, stuff you can't see, but it's there. We know that the technology with Bluetooth and wireless headphones, there's signals in the air, and we carry those signals. We release those signals as well, because we are spiritual beings. We're not electronical beings. We're spiritual beings. So we can really release a very strong force, a really strong agreement with God and his entire universe, working out for good in the universal laws that he created and holding things together. And there's opposites to everything. You're either working in agreement with his order and with his design for your life, or you're not. And so we want to be in agreement, and we have to get all three of us, our mind, our body, and our spirit, in alignment, in agreement with what it is that we believe. If we don't pay attention to our thoughts, then we're not creating that energy. We're not creating that probability. We're not creating that. in agreement of welcoming all that God has for our life. We want to make room. We want to make room to welcome everything that God has created, be in agreement of it, saying thank you. And in order for our life to really accelerate and live in that purpose, that bigger vision, that bigger why of why you're doing what you're doing. So this week has been really vital. So if you haven't, heard all the segments, I really want to encourage you to do that. If you want the download for the days to follow along for the full 21 days, just message me and I would love to send you a copy so you have them. This is my free version, just a light version of just going day to day with me. There'll be a fuller version later on, but for this one, it's free for you to just come alongside and take this on. But this week was on thoughts. Next week, I'm really excited. Actually, not next week. I'm thinking it's Friday. Tomorrow, we're starting on the second week, and we are going to be talking about words and decree. This is where it gets a little bit more intense, and it gets a little bit more activated on week 2 of words and decree. And we're going to talk about the power of spoken words, the power of declarations. The next day, we're going to do decree and declare. So we're going to take our thoughts of what we really want. So we've identified the thoughts that we don't want, right? And turning those around, reframing them, how to anchor your thoughts in truth, which I use the Bible, but you can use what you want to use, what you choose to use. But I choose the Bible, and I choose like past experiences, and I choose what I know when I believe that is working for my good, right? And I'm going to use all those anchors. I'm going to teach you how to anchor. I'm going to teach you how to anchor emotion. I'm going to teach you how to anchor your mind and your thoughts, and how to anchor your spirit, aligning with God, aligning with His Spirit. So that's tomorrow starting. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. I would love to hear from you in how you're feeling this past week and how your thoughts are. Like, are you getting order? Are you like paying attention, and are you just letting them kind of run? Or have you been challenging your thoughts? Have you been challenging what you believe, if it's true or not? Things like, I'm so lazy, or I shouldn't set my goals for that. The other day, I told a friend of mine who I pray with, and that I told her, we were praying, and I was like declaring how much I'm going to give this year, donate, and as part of what we're going to learn starting tomorrow. And it was just so much fun. Like, I'm like, Dad, that's an agreement with what I want to do. Like, the money that I make, the earnings, how I grow business, what I look forward to more is the way that I get to donate and give, make a difference in the world. That's what I really love. Hey guys. So don't miss this next week, this next few days, because I'm going to give you all the tools of reframing, anchoring, declaring, decreeing, and moving things to the next level, getting creative, making room, teaching you how to make room, how to make things welcome before they come, activating that faith. And then the next week, we're going to be talking about action, faith, and promise. Action, faith, and promise. So stay with me, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Message me if you have any questions. I would love to talk and share more with you offline. And I'm always available. So you can find me in Facebook, Instagram, newdoorsmentorship.com, grace.newdoors, wherever you want to look for me. You can find me, you can DM me, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share. I would really greatly appreciate that. That'd be so helpful, just to help other people. Like, this 21-day reset is my legacy piece. It's something that I do every single year, and I'm going to improve on and grow. And I just believe that people don't have the tools. They go to medication, they go to medicine, and that's fine. You do you. But I think the better thing really is to train your belief, train your thoughts, and how to drive them into empowerment, drive them to how God has designed you to be able to empower, to have authority. He says, I have given you authority over all things. And so I'm going to train you with how I live my life, how I teach my family, how I teach my friends, how I coach my clients, into really believing and activating and making welcome everything that is good and possible and assured. So we'll see you tomorrow for our next session. Have an amazing night, everybody. God bless you. I just declare peace and rest and prosperity and goodness over each and every one of you. May the Lord keep you, bless you, cause his face to shine upon you, continuing to give you great peace. Be well. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.